So guys, this is what the protest in Zamfara yesterday looks like. As a protester was seen trying to invade the government house without minding the security agents. He felt so aggrieved because he has been hungry and has been left unattended to. Take a look. Also, in Daura, the home state of the former president, angry protesters who said they were hungry were seen pulling off the roof of the APC Secretariat. Take a look at how the drama played out. So guys, the poverty in the north is one of the topics, surrounding this protest. It is being said that people are very, very hungry, especially in the north. Don't forget that we have more of the out of school children also in the north. Now, who is to blame? We all know that Tinubu owns the majority of the blame. But outside the blame that is being apportioned to Tinubu, the northerners who have held power the most, have been in politics the most, and they've been into all this the most. Don't they deserve some level of blame? Take a look at what this man said in this video. Take a look.
And the honest truth to me is simple. That we can accuse each other, we can point fingers. The question is, who is actually better off? I'm a northerner, I'm from Kano State. And I have been accused by colleagues and brothers in a very civil political discussion of dominating the polity, dominating the economy, and dominating the security. So I ask the question, if I dominate the polity, I have the president. Yes, I have the executive council and appointees that are constitutional, just like every other state. But what is my economic situation? And what is my security situation today? So the question is it working for me if I dominate somebody? It's not. The question is, look at all the indices of development. The North today is actually worse off. Security, education, prosperity, development, I don't know. What have you? The North is not very well positioned. In fact, other parts of the country that have been pushed off in opposition space have managed to organize themselves into a survival mode and come up with a credible economic and development model. So I will say to you that, look, I think this country needs to be reviewed, and I think need to be fairly and equitably structured. I've always advocated for what I call development federalism. Development federalism, in my view, is a consensus by the 6 regions and Abuja to create a development template over time and devolve power gradually to the regions and to the states. The truth of the matter is we all need to go back to our states. If all the states are working, the federation will be working, because development is not in isolation. Everywhere you go is either a local government or the state. So if you devolve power to the local government and to the states, and then create an economic investment template in the form of development federalism, which basically bring the potential of South-South to be an oil and gas hub in Africa, we will stop importing petroleum products. We will stop importing things that we should be exporting, and we will become net exporters of that product. The Southeast, we all know, are very ingenious people with technology, manufacturing, and trading. Please, let us invest heavily. Let us leverage on our resources to and raise the capital to invest heavily in manufacturing so that we don't import things from India. We don't import things from China. We import and we produce these things we need for agriculture and for our transportation and other industrial machinery in the East. It's doable. I've been to Newi, I've been to the industrial hub of Aba. I have seen what the East can do. We will be proud to say, made in Aba, produced in Aba, made in Nigeria. And we will all be proud citizens. And the economy of the East will be a net contributor to the center. The same thing with the Southwest. Southwest dominantly is a manufacturing and marine economy. Singapore is exactly like that. And therefore, if we develop the marine economy, the ports, and the manufacturing base of the Southwest, we will be net exporters of goods and services and service providers in marine. And therefore, the Southwest economy will become net contributor. If you take the three regions of the North, Central, East, and West, and you take the three countries of Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam, our economy is almost the same thing. So, and these countries are booming individually. If you invest today in these regions in agriculture, agro-processing, and organized market with the standards for export, standard for feeding Africa, we're even lucky that the African Continental Free Trade Agreement is in effect. We have the whole of African market to ourselves and the world. We will be one of the richest regional zones in Nigeria. Therefore, the North will now become net contributor to the center. And Abuja can maintain our sovereignty, can maintain our identity, can maintain our defense, can maintain our currency, and we raise the flag. Now I am saying honestly, the structure of this country is not working. I don't want to be accused even when I am suffering. I want my people to wake up and rise up and feel proud, just like every other Nigerian will feel proud when that sense of ownership is created. We should review. After all, the amalgamation has expired and the constitution is being reviewed by the National Assembly. So the question is, what is the process? Now there are three different dynamics going on. The first one is the National Assembly has set up a very, very credible committee reviewing constitution. The question is, can they change Nigeria to a point where they can change them? Such that the structure can say, we don't want two bodies in the National Assembly. Can they do it? We want to save cost and have only one unicameral body. Can they do it? So can they meet the aspiration of this change? Waking up to create a platform for this competition. And the third one is the one we don't want. It's eruption, it's anarchy. And that is important. And when you mention that DSS is talking about anarchy, I get very worried because we're almost there already. That citizens are advocating for change in an undemocratic way is not where we want to be. So the government of today should actually honestly review its position, and the National Assembly, as I said, with the political parties, both PDP and APC as the major parties and other parties, to sit down and say, how do we do this peacefully? We all love each other. We all are Nigerians. We all respect each other. At individual level, we all have friends across the whole country. And honestly, everybody wants to have a giant, functional, proud country called Nigeria in Africa. Not only Nigerians, the whole black are looking up to us to provide leadership. We are better up together, but we need to have a functional structure.
So guys, yes, we know that Tinubu is to be blamed when it comes to what is currently happening in Nigeria today. A man that just came on the day of his inauguration to tell Nigerians that subsidy is gone without telling us the how and where all these things is going to be and how it's going to play out. He just came out to make that announcement. Just hearing that announcement alone just, brought down the Naira, made people to start agitating. There were confusion all over the places because people were trying to fathom how he was going to manage that announcement with the reality on ground. Like people were saying that he just removed subsidy without any proper measure being put in place. And that is what has turned this country upside down. As it stands now, the worth of a Nigerian property is almost nothing because the naira is very down. You can imagine the naira being devalued by half, even more than a half, because of that announcement. And there are so many other challenges plaguing this country called Nigeria, and we tend not to see any action, I mean real actions, being taken by this government to address the challenges of the people. Recently, they've come to tell us that they've given state governments money, I mean the state governors, and this money does not translate to the lives of the people. The state government themselves, they collected this money secretly, kept mum, without announcing to their states, oh, this is what we got from the state, from the federal government, and this is how we are going to be using it. People have been on the streets protesting, and they all kept quiet. I mean, the state governors, they kept quiet until Tinubu came out to say, oh, don't only hold me accountable. After all, I've given your governor some portion of the money that I have. If they've not given anything to you, go and equally hold them accountable. So as it stands now, Tinubu is telling the masses that it's not only me who is going to suffer the heat of what is currently happening in Nigeria. The governors should equally be held responsible. Talking about the states, there are no active measures being taken by state governors to reduce, the level of poverty in the country, and also the level of unemployment being experienced by Nigerian youths today. Most of these governors, they come into office just for their own personal reasons. Anyway, we know that that is normal with every Nigerian politician. They are just there for their own personal interest, for theirs and that of their families. But guess what? Nigerians are left to, bear the grunt of this economic hardship we are experiencing currently. And one keeps asking, when will we boldly say that the federal government is becoming responsible and the state government is also becoming responsible? Nigeria is a country where hope has been dashed. The hope of the people have been dashed. People no longer feel, comfortable coming from a country like this because they know that the leaders don't care about them. And that is what must change and must change fast. So when you look at what is happening in the north, who do you tend to hold responsible? Is it the current government or the past government? We've had more of the leadership of this country, being managed or overseen by the northerners. We have more politicians from the north. We have more allocations to the northern states because of their mass lands and mass population. They benefit the most, but guess what? The hunger is always there the most. Out of school children, there the most. I mean, malnutrition is hammering children in the north. And one keeps wondering, why is it that all the money that the state government gets from the federal government does not translate to the lives of the people? This is the question that people are yet to answer. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.